Flint, would you please turn to page 77? Would you describe to the jury what is on page 77, please, sir?
It's a picture of Santa Claus.
What is Santa Claus doing?
He's talking to Mrs. Claus and holding in his hand what appears to be a large, erect penis.
And would you read the caption under that cartoon, please?
Says, "This is what I've got to ho about."
Mr. Flint, do you think that the Founding Fathers had a cartoon like this in mind when they wrote the First Amendment to our great Constitution?
Well, no, but I don't think they necessarily had Playboy in mind, or people either for that matter, because I saw a couple of four-letter words in there a few weeks back.
But isn't a community allowed to set its own standards?
No, that's just a disguise for censorship. This country belongs to me as much as it belongs to you, Mr. Least. And if you don't like Hustler magazine, don't read it.
I don't. But what about the innocent children who gaze upon your magazine in our grocery stores?
Well, look, if a kid gets caught drinking beer in a tavern, we don't ban Budweiser across the nation.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you've heard a lot here today, and I'm not going to try to go back over it all again for you. But you have to go back in that room and make some decisions. And there is one thing I want to make very, very clear to you before you do. I am not trying to convince you that you should like what Larry Flynt does. I don't like what Larry Flynt does. But what I do like is that I live in a country where you and I can make that decision for ourselves. I like that I live in a country where I can pick up Hustler magazine and read it if I want to, or throw it in the garbage can if that's where I think it belongs. Or better yet, I can exercise my opinion and not buy it. I like that I have that right. I care about it. And you should care about it too. You really should. Because we live in a free country. You know, we say that a lot, but I think sometimes we forget really what that means. So listen to it again. We live in a free country. And that is a powerful idea. That's a magnificent way to live. But there is a price for that freedom, which is that sometimes we have to tolerate things that we don't necessarily like. So go back in that room where you are free to think whatever you want to think about Larry Flynt and Hustler magazine. But then ask yourselves if you want to make that decision for the rest of us. Because the freedom that everyone in this room enjoys is in a very real way in your hands. And if we start throwing up walls against what some of us think is obscene, we may very well wake up one morning and realize that walls have been thrown up in all kinds of places that we never expected. And we can't see anything or do anything. And that's not freedom. That is not freedom. So be careful. Thank you.
Madam Foreman, have you reached a verdict?
Yes, Your Honor, we have.
Hand the verdict to the bailiff. Will the defendant please rise? Madam Clerk, read the verdict.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Larry Claxton Flynt, guilty as charged on all counts.
Do you have anything to say before I sentence you?
Your Honor, you've not made one intelligent decision during the course of this trial, and I don't expect one now. Knock yourself out.
I sentence you to 25 years in your high state penitentiary.
No!
Bailiff, take him away.
Your Honor, this is completely standard procedure.